All right, let's talk about a fascinating paradox in the world of HR leadership. There's this hugely influential, career-defining role out there that most ambitious leaders just completely walk right past.
So let me just ask you straight up. If you're an experienced HR leader and you're mapping out your next move, where does the real influence sit? I mean, where's the power? Just think about that for a second.
Okay, you got an answer? I'm willing to bet it's one of these. You're probably thinking global headquarters, of course, right next to the C-suite. Or maybe a really intense role at some fast-scaling startup. Or, one of those big, flashy transformation projects. It's the standard playbook, right? The predictable, prestigious path.
But what if I told you the real answer? Maybe one of the most powerful career accelerators out there today is actually hiding in a place most people just write off. I'm talking about Global Capability Centers, or GCCs.
See, the whole idea of what a GCC is, it's just stuck in the past. People hear that and think cost center. But quietly, over the last decade, they've completely transformed from these simple back offices into absolute enterprise powerhouses. I mean, they're running the critical stuff, product engineering, AI platforms, cybersecurity, for the entire company.
So, the big question is, why is this massive opportunity so often missed? Well, it really just boils down to an old story, an outdated narrative that just refuses to go away.
This is the image that pops into most people's heads, isn't it? You hear GCC, and you immediately think back office. You picture a role that's just heavy on execution, tons of policy administration, and with very little real strategic influence. Sound familiar?
And the consequence of this old story is huge. It means that really sharp, ambitious HR leaders are actively sidestepping roles that could genuinely define the next chapter of their careers. They're missing the boat because they're using an old, outdated map.
Okay, so let's just tear up that old map. Let's talk about the high-stakes reality of what leading HR in a GCC actually demands right now.
I mean, look at this. The contrast is just night and day. The common perception, oh, it's just policy administration. The ground reality, you are building entire talent systems from scratch under immense pressure. People think you're supporting a cost center. No, you're powering an enterprise-critical engine. They see local execution. The truth is, your work has immediate global impact.
And think about the environment you're actually operating in. You're juggling aggressive growth mandates from the C-suite. You've got intense pressure from global stakeholders. You're trying to find top-tier talent in these brutally competitive markets. And you have to do all of it with enterprise-level governance, but at the speed of a startup. This is not for the faint of heart. And here's the crucial point. Success isn't measured by how happy people are with your policies. It's measured by a much, much harder question. This one. Your work has to directly and measurably speed up the business. That is a rare and powerful level of accountability that you just don't find in many roles.
Now, let's build on that idea of accountability, because that intense pressure cooker environment, that is precisely what makes this role a true career accelerator. It's what forges genuine enterprise leaders.
The core value proposition is something incredibly rare in most big companies: scale with autonomy. You aren't just being handed a playbook from headquarters and told to implement it. No, you are the one designing and building the engine, the hiring models, the compensation logic, the stuff that often gets adopted globally later on.
Think of it like this unique, powerful mix. You get the strategic C-suite exposure of a chief people officer, you get the relentless execution intensity of a startup HR leader, and you get all the deep, intricate complexity of a global enterprise. Finding all three of those in one role is almost unheard of. And let's be really clear here. This role isn't about polish or making nice presentations. It's about grit. It's about building robust, resilient systems that actually work. Systems that can withstand ambiguity, survive leadership changes, and power through tough market cycles. It's all about substance over style.
Now, here's a bit of an uncomfortable truth. In this role, your biggest successes are often invisible. When your systems are working perfectly, no one notices. The moment they break, everyone does. And this reality, it acts as a natural filter. It weeds out the leaders who are chasing the spotlight, leaving only those who are truly driven by deep, substantive impact.
So it's really time we reframe this. A GCC leadership role is not a stepping stone or a detour. It's a deliberate, strategic choice for those who want to build something real.
I mean, just let this sink in. This is one of the very few places left in the HR world where massive scale, deep systems thinking, and direct enterprise impact all collide in real time every single day.
And that brings us to our final takeaway.
The biggest opportunities aren't always the most obvious ones. Sometimes, the most powerful and rewarding careers are built in the very places that everyone else is overlooking. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own career. Now that you know about this opportunity hiding in plain sight, where will your next decade of growth truly come from?